there's me. All right. Um, I need to change this. I feel like it. Wow. I'm gonna move it over here so it looks like I'm looking at it when I'm looking at it. Okay. Um, we'll see how that works. Okay. Hey everybody. Thank you for joining. Okay. Okay. So let me get a couple of things out of the way. If you haven't checked in on the stream in a while or whatever, I am totally the response and the support are enough and fun enough for me to keep going. But I am going to change how we do them a little bit, and I'm going to move the Thursday night class to a Saturday class, and that just works better for me personally. And unfortunately, it just sort of is what it is. And if I hope it probably will inevitably mean that someone will have an opportunity to take the second class less often. But that's just what needs to happen for me. So I'm sorry about that. But that's going to start relatively soon. I had thought maybe 4 or 5 weeks. This would be the second week of making that decision. But I don't know when it'll come. But, I'm not talking to a huge group of people. so we'll see what happens. I want to jump into tonight. So tonight, I just want to set expectations. Tonight is not so much about sort of stories as it is just the theme of the character of Saza. That she's nicknamed by kind of like a teenage Ana. She's called the Illuminated. Saza is called the Illuminated because Ana basically sees her for the first time and thinks she's having like a hallucination because she's seeing her. She's laying down on her back in a river or a gentle creek or whatever, looking up and hearing Saza sing, and she's silhouetted, and the rays of light behind her are coming through her hair, which is this giant afro, and it just sort of looks like there's this illuminated cloud of wisdom, to Ana about Saza. So she calls her the Illuminated from there on, and they become uh, like they're sisters. And especially at the beginning, there's a little bit of a big sister type relationship between Saza and Ana. Ana being the woman that starts everything, um, and Ana introduces the hoop or the circle to Saza. And Saza, rather than sort of getting into the motion that Ana really enjoyed, which was core hooping, she got into point technique. For her, that was a very, just sort of worked with her essence to her. And so she's sort of the character that begins to inspire the technique of point in the story, even though Ana had done it. She sort of, for her, it's her gateway. So then she goes through that gateway and, shows us what it's like. And so anyway, that's the story. And I just want to go ahead and jump in. All right. All right. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. Um, there we go. All right. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. In one of the adventures of Saza and Ana in their early travels together, Saza becomes injured and she cannot walk. But they have to keep moving because they're being pursued. And so Ana picks Saza. So Ana is this tall, lean, very athletic young teenager. Saza is this very petite, slightly older than teenager. And Ana puts her on her back and she runs with her. And she begins to get tired, Ana. And Saza knows that they're still in danger, so she encourages, she says things into the ear of Ana as she's holding on to her back, being carried by Ana. Saza whispers in her ear these encouraging words. Audible breath in. You're invited by the story to whisper those encouraging words. What would someone like Saza be saying to encourage you? Audible breath in. Audible breath in. Hey, Louisa. I love it when you guys check in but can't watch. I really do. I really do. I think that's so sweet that you do that. All right. I really made this camera super close up for some reason last week. I don't know what I did. Sorry, y'all. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move over to SoundCloud because I have a playlist. The Saturday class will probably be 11 Eastern Time, most likely. Hey, Jordan. It'll be 11 Eastern time, which, it's like I know that like I'm making it more constrictive and things. Um, I want to do a second one just because it kind of holds me accountable and I like doing that. And it would just work out better for me if it was on Saturday. So that's where it'll be. And I think it'll probably be happening in probably, a week or two or whatever, but, of course you guys will get warning. Um, Not like it's a big deal. Okay, I want to move to, I've already put this together. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're going to start with, let me put this into, hi Jordan, I think I said that. Welcome. Before Saza had ever even experienced what it was to hoop, what it was to move the circle, she told Ana when Ana was looking for answers about where to go in life, and she told her, go and be with your circle and feel for where the wind guides you. That was her advice. So when she stepped into her own experience with the circle, she took that advice. And so Saza would move with the hoop very slowly. She was feeling for the hoop. She's also feeling the air that she's in. She's feeling the temperament that she has. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. All right. Yeah. Oh, nice. Good. Good. Like, yeah, I'd love to hear your feedback on point technique. I've joked about this, but I'm not joking. It almost killed the HoopPath the first time I went out on the road and taught it. Like everybody was so uninterested in it. So it took me getting better at teaching it and hopefully getting a bigger gateway for people to enjoy it. But it's all good if you don't, if you don't really dig point. Not this class may not be the perfect class for you. We are going to pick up the pace though. But using the story, we're going to kind of bounce off of. I think the music's still playing. The idea of combining two sort of stories together. You can create exercises if you know some of the myths by just combining them. And oh, hey, Cinda, sweet, yeah, welcome. Now it seems like I'm looking at the wrong. Okay, I see. Maybe I am looking at the wrong. So what I want to combine tonight is Saza, the illuminated, and how she would relate to her point technique, and then combine that with Darsha, the open-handed, who is the blind my Dan. So you can close your eyes, you can go blindfolded. I'll probably do a blindfold, and we're going to do a blind point song. If you get dizzy or whatever, obviously you don't have to keep doing it. It's hoop class, it's supposed to be fun. But I love blind point. I love it, I love it, I love it. Oh, sweet, Hawaii, nice. It's early there. Or is it late then? No, it's early, yeah, that's right. Close my eyes. Or go blindfolded. Eyes closed or go blindfolded, it can really change your point experience. It really has a way of internalizing, like, sinking deep into your muscle memory what you're doing with the hoop, so that you're not just seeing it to do it, but you're just feeling it to do it. And it may not look your best, but it can really feel amazing. Now for me, this song is perfect for smears. I'm really digging. Audible breath in. try to keep your eyes closed or wear a blindfold. And however simple the movement that you're making has to become for you to feel safe closing your eyes, just become that slow. It's okay. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. That's funny. Okay. I am having trouble getting the music to post the information to you guys. So I'll either say forget it and just do a link at the end, or I'll try to fix it on one of our free hoop songs, but I don't want to get all too carried away in that. Okay. Okay. I want to talk about 2-point and everything that can mean. First of all, 2-point technique is when you're holding the hoop with 2 points of contact. If we're doing a 2-point technique exercise, that doesn't mean that you're limited to only 2 points of contact. I can do GUI contact, and there would be a third point that's moving around me. So 2-point really just means that really this is kind of out there, but it's more of like thinking of it like a concept. And the concept is that you're using the relationship between two forces, two sources of push and pull, and you're working those two things together in a coordinated, hopefully, way to move the hoop. And this is going to sound super yoga teacher, which is awesome. I love yoga. But the freer you are with your hands in your 2-point, however unknown that is to you, the more open it will feel, and the more likely that you'll fall into enjoying moving this hoop this way. There just is an aspect of reaching out into 2-point. Nice. So I'm holding the hoop with 2 points of contact. And then there's a third point of contact, which is just kind of moving all over my night side.
When my baby gets back, gonna love her just right. Put her in my arms and hold her real tight. Oh, I won't fight, and I won't fight. When my baby gets back, gonna love her just right. Yeah. Making it easy to let her in. When love is alive, floats on the wind. Like a rose, but her lips and her own.
Hey Shannon, sweet. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
We're doing something called 2-point technique. I'm using elements of the story to kind of explain it. The story is just a myth. Helps sometimes people understand the technique I'm teaching.
Heart's on fire when I taste her wine. Like water.
You can develop sort of types of hoop grip or point grip by just changing what's making contact with the hoop. Is it on the fingers? Is it on the back of your hand, like that? You can do some cool stuff with 2-point when it's at the wrist. This is me if I'm just holding the hoop on. And then the moment I start to turn side to side, the hoop will go horizontal. It's vertical now, and the moment I put any kind of side to side on it. So it's kind of a cool thing. You can change the plane of the hoop just by flying Saza's birds.
Roll like the waves that kiss the wind. When letting go is the same as letting in. Gonna take it to the water, jump right in. Gonna take it to the water, jump right in. Gonna take it to the water, jump right in.
struggling to find your groove with this, one of my favorite things to do is what I'm doing right now, which is just this 2-point, well, it's 3-point really, if you're counting, if we're being precise, like, it's basically 3-point or whatever, as many points as I want. But what makes the technique fun for me is that once I develop like some control where I'm holding the hoop in this in this point, very passive way, then it really allows me, once I start to trust my hands and it builds this trust, then I can focus on the third point of contact. So these smears that I'm doing, audible breath in. Actually, I'm just going to move to another exercise for this song, so let me just introduce that really quickly here. I was going to introduce using point technique to create folds and, creases with the hoop. Yeah, I have like gang warfare with my hummingbirds here. At one point there were like 6 and they just chased each other everywhere. So 2-point technique. And what I want to open you to is feeling alternate places of control. So this is me holding the hoop with 2 hands and 2-point. And that's cool. This is me bringing it to the core. And I can do like hand walking. Boom. So what I invite you to explore is different ways of holding the hoop with 2 points. We've done this way before where I step through the hoop. Pull that down just a little bit. This is me where I step through the hoop. This is me where I step through the hoop and then bring my foot back up and hold it that way. This is me holding the hoop in 2-point with 1 arm. We're going to explore those different types of holds for a song. If you want to play and have fun with your 2-point, you can hop or you can fold. This is hopping. This is folding. Alright, so I think I've shown you guys this before, but this is completely dumb, but it will help you sort of understand kind of what we're talking about. It's not dumb, I don't mean that way, but I can most of you probably have a hoop that's a small enough diameter that you can create 2-point, like almost in a vice situation. So I'm bringing my hoop into there, and I can create a pretty strong hold on the hoop. The hoop will stay in pretty steady there. And so you can take like a few minutes or a few moments with the song to experience like that type of hold, because it will show up in your or it can show up in your 2-point like a extra expression. That, I don't know if you guys grew up on 80s movies, but that song is the kind of song that they play while the nerd studies hard instead of partying, or the jock, the reformed jock that like suddenly isn't a dick. That's when he turns in his last exam, exhausted from working hard for the first time in his life. Okay. All right. I'm not ripping on the song. That's just what it reminded me of from the 80s. Yeah, I'm not ripping on the song, by the way. We're from a time, you know. That's all. We're from a time. We would love to escape that time. Okay. So, on our tour. Yeah, for real. Yeah. John Cusack single-handedly convinced every dude to not want to be a merchandise. Okay, I think I got the. Sorry guys, behind the scenes I've been getting some feedback, so I hope it hasn't been killing you. Okay, 2-point technique. Right, okay, that's where I wanted to go. Okay, so what's interesting about flowing with you guys is that sometimes I get lost in my own flow, and I think I sort of left out one important part of that last song, which I wanted to get to, which is creating these like simple hinges, where if I'm inside the hoop, I'm bringing a hand in. I mean, any hinge is the concept, and that's where I was going initially. But I bring my hand at root here, and then if I bring my hand up, let me get back into class mode. If I bring my hand up, then this is a very usually a pretty easily accessible move. And where you hold the hinge, like wherever it decides to be the point that the hoop moves around, it doesn't really matter. And you can have a lot of these kind of cool type organic movements with the hoop by just holding one point, just having one hanging point, and then just initiating contact somewhere else. Create this hinge up. Instead of saying, I'm going to move the hoop out, I'm just going to move my arms out and see what happens. Looks like I'm on my neck, and then I can just sort of hopefully spin my way into boom. So this is point. All right. And there's a lot of, let me make sure, yeah, okay. lots of these foldy type movements that you can try. There's one whole world, which is where you're inside the hoop, like I am right now. And then there's one where you're outside the hoop. Inside the hoop. Outside the hoop. Loving this track right now. So if you're not sure what to do, create a hinge. Just hold the hoop close to you somewhere. We can do this as a day side. And then you can just swing the hoop back and forth, feeling that contact. And that's essentially what gooey contact feels like. Create these like sort of boost points, these places of leverage where the hoop can sort of snap out. And this is a point technique. I'm not using any grip for this. This is a simple hinge you can always return to. If I want to let it, if you're totally new to this move, I think most of you probably know this one, but if you're totally new to this move, your hands just come up into the air, you just let them roll, it kind of turns into, I mean, you can go any direction with this thing, but I'm letting my hands go up and then come back down. Since this is the Monday class for you advanced people out there, and by that I don't mean like better than anybody, just like been doing it longer, especially HoopPath stuff, you can develop, if you haven't already, you can start to develop this feeling of the hoop like rotating across your point instead of just always being held there. You can develop this sensation where it rolls around, where you're kind of used to that. And this is me holding the hoop, you know, above my head, but I'm inside, and all I'm doing with my other hand is just I'm tapping it just to keep it going around, and I'm trying to feel the point of contact on the top and just see if I can keep it, you know, just get used to it being on top of my hand instead of me trying to grip and turn it that way. And it doesn't really matter if I ever fully yield to the feeling, but it teaches my hand how to feel that. And like, this is me, I've been doing it for a while, but this is me like kind of just letting the hoop roll across the back of my hand or my fingers. I paddle out with my thumb or my other fingers if it starts to run out of gas. But like everything with touch technique, point technique, the moment you start it, you start getting better at it. I'm trying to demonstrate what I'm talking about. Hopefully you can see what I'm Nice. Sweet. Okay. I love it when you guys offer feedback on what your experience is. Oops. All right. Okay, 1 second. Water break here. I like snap hinges. It can be yours. Okay. I want to talk. Let's see. How much time do I have? Oh, shucks. Okay, I'm pretty much out of time. All right. Well, I know some of you are about to peel off, but let's introduce one more exercise. Sweet. Good. Oh, hold on now. I had my mic too high. I was getting feedback over here. Okay. This is the one I think I want. Okay. So, especially since we're running out of time, I want to invite you to try, if you're up for it, is to try to push into balances and then come back into 2-point. Because in all the times I've ever seen Saza in my mind's eye, I have always thought of her in balance and thought she must have been really good at it. Audible breath in. I've always been able to see Saza as this balance master. And I've always seen it as probably like a really special relationship to feeling the wind. If you haven't tried balance in wind outside, it's awesome. If it's whipping, it can be bad, but if it's steady, it can be the best teaching tool. Because just enough wind will help you sort of cheat into that wind where you lean the hoop. You don't realize you're doing it, but you're kind of leaning it into that. So here's what I invite you to do. We've been doing this 2-point. Of course, I can't see you, so you stay in whatever flow that you want to. But actually, as a bridge before we get to balance, I invite some of you just to try folding in 2-point if you don't already do it. I'm holding the hoop. Top hand is on the inside, the bottom hand is on the outside. I'm going to throw it up to make it light and then switch. I've never really seen Saza doing this type of hops, but it's always been easy for me to see her character moving in these gooey contact folds. Bottom hand is on the outside of the hoop. The bottom hand's on the outside wall. And that's true of all 2-point. That's wherever you put it. That's just physics happening. This is folding. There's a couple of quick moves that you can teach yourself. One is, this is a door hanger that we move up into balance, which is where we were headed. But I can use that same motion. This is the door knocker up into balance. Well, there. but I can use a door knocker or something like it to kind of roll myself into a 2-point. And the motion can happen so fast, it'll surprise you. It's like cool. It's here, here. So I'm just like hanging the hoop and inverting my hands quickly. Boom. And it's just a reflex that you can teach your hands to do automatically, or to do mostly automatically, or at least instinctively. Here. Boom. Okay, I just realized it's pretty late. All right, I think we'll move to a free hoop. Thank you guys for joining me, and I think the Thursday class will be on some kind of technique, and I'm not really sure. If you have any requests or suggestions, I'm totally open for that. I'm thinking shoulders or some kind of core, but I'm open if you want to do more of this. That's totally cool too. Thank you guys for sticking with me through that rough patch of lots of the classes being down, and I really appreciate it. I got a lot of donations this week from you guys, and I really want to acknowledge that. I feel so awkward around money, but I realize it's reading the wrong way. I'm super grateful for the donations. Thank you for, and you never, ever, ever need to comment as to why it is the amount that it is. It's totally, it's just nice. It's just the gesture of it means a lot. Okay. All right, guys. So we'll just do a free hoop. My mic is not right tonight. All right. We'll just do whatever songs. Some new ones and see how this goes. You're welcome, Mimi. Thank you, guys. So this is a free hoop. There won't be any more teaching after this, but you're welcome to stick around and listen to music or stretch or whatever. Oh, no, not that one. Okay, that one. You're welcome, Joker. Yeah, SMI, everybody. Thank you, guys. To be super, super clear, I feel so appreciated by y'all. Like, I really do. Thank you so much. Nice, guys. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. We're just going to free hoop from here. We'll do one song, but you can't try balance. I know this is last second, but you can't try balance spinning it on top of the hand, like when it's in a balance. It works. Oh, hey, Luisa. You can't spin it on the back of your hand, just like we're spinning it inside the hoop on the back of the hand. So spin it on the outside. It's hard. I'll show you how you work on it. Holding my hoop on my hand somewhere. Of course, I'm not that steady right now. And then I push the hoop to get some momentum on it. And then I try to ride that momentum out until I'm back in control really good. Not that good right now. I mean, I am great. I'm not that good at balance right now. I was hoping my left hand would be better, but no. Okay, guys. Let me try to post a link to... I'll have to put the link up at another time to the music. All right, I'm going to do one more song and then call it a night. Thank you, guys. Most of you probably bailed. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you very much. I'm going to do one more song and then call it a night. Yeah. It's Alicia Keys. I think it's Alicia Keys. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you so much. Have a great night. I'll post a link in the playlist before this song finishes out.